Stop guessing. These 6 signs prove she's fighting her feelings for you. You give her a compliment, and instead of a warm smile, she looks away and awkwardly pivots to a new topic. One day, her texts are warm, witty, and engaging. The next, they're short and distant. You're getting so many confusing mixed signals that you're starting to wonder if she's even interested. But what if that very confusion is the biggest sign of all? What if she's not trying to push you away, but is actually fighting how much she likes you? This hot and cold experience can be maddening, leaving you overthinking every word and silence, just trying to figure out where you stand. The truth is, when a woman has strong feelings she's not ready to deal with, her behavior can become a battlefield of contradictions. She might be hiding her feelings for a dozen reasons. It could be a fear of rejection, baggage from a past relationship that makes her extra cautious. Or maybe she's just not sure how you feel and is guarding her heart. The good news? Her internal struggle leaves clues. Psychologists call it emotional leakage, where feelings she's trying to suppress seep out in her unconscious actions. This isn't about guesswork, it's about understanding subtle psychology and body language that most people miss. By the end of this, you'll have the clarity to see past the confusion and finally understand what her mixed signals are really trying to tell you. Let's break down the 6 hidden signs she is fighting her feelings for you. Sign number 1, inconsistent or conflicted body language. The first and most telling sign is a sudden, unexplained shift in her body language. One day, she's open, leaning in when you talk, and holding eye contact. The next, she's physically closed off, arms crossed, avoiding your gaze, and seems fidgety or on edge. You might rack your brain trying to figure out what you did wrong, but what you're likely seeing is her internal conflict playing out in real time. Psychologically, what's happening is a tug-of-war between her conscious mind and her subconscious desires. Her conscious brain is saying, "Be careful, don't get too close, don't let him know you're interested." But her subconscious, driven by attraction, wants to lean in and connect. The result is a chaotic mix of signals. For example, you're in a great conversation, the energy is electric, and you share a moment of intense eye contact. Suddenly, she breaks it, looks down, and starts fiddling with her necklace. That's emotional leakage. The intimacy of the moment became too real, and her impulse was to pull back and regain composure. Or maybe you notice her feet are pointed toward you, a classic sign of interest, but her torso is angled away, as if she's ready to bolt. This kind of contradictory posture is a dead giveaway that she's emotionally torn. She's drawn to you and scared of that feeling at the same time. The key here is to look for the inconsistency. If she were always distant, that would be a pretty clear sign of disinterest. But when she's warm and then suddenly cold, open and then suddenly closed, you're not seeing indifference. You're seeing a fight. Sign number 2, uncharacteristic nervousness or shyness. The second sign is when a woman who is normally confident and articulate becomes uncharacteristically nervous or shy, but only around you. In a group, she might be the life of the party, poised, funny, and outgoing. But when it's just the two of you, or even when you just walk into the room, she suddenly fumbles her words, blushes, or seems incredibly self-conscious. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of emotional investment. Psychologically, when we care about someone's opinion of us, our anxiety spikes because we're afraid of saying or doing the wrong thing. Her sudden shyness isn't about being scared of you, it's about being scared of messing up her chance with you. Think about it. Have you noticed her fidgeting with her hair or clothes the moment you approach? That's nervous energy being redirected into small, repetitive actions. Or maybe you've been in a conversation where she struggles to get her words out, even though you've heard her speak eloquently before. She might even avoid eye contact, not out of disinterest, but because holding your gaze feels too intense and revealing. A classic example is the compliment fumble. You tell her she looks amazing. Instead of a simple thank you, she might look down, mumble something, and quickly change the subject. Thanks. So, did you finish that report for Friday? That abrupt pivot is a defensive reflex. The compliment broke through her defenses and made her feel seen, intensifying the very feelings she's trying to suppress. To get back on solid ground, she deflects. With guys she doesn't care about, flirting is easy. With you, the stakes feel higher, and that pressure creates a nervous energy she can't completely hide. Sign number 3, subtle testing and probing behavior. The third sign is when she turns into a low-key detective, but only when it comes to your romantic life. She'll ask subtle, probing questions designed to figure out your relationship status, your type, and whether or not she even has a chance, all while playing it off as casual curiosity. This is a classic intelligence-gathering strategy to test the waters without showing her own cards. She needs to know if the coast is clear before she lets herself fall any further, but she can't just come out and ask, "Are you single and do you like me?" That would expose her vulnerability, which is the exact thing she's trying to avoid. So, she uses covert tactics. Instead of asking directly if you have a girlfriend, she might drop a baited statement like, "You seem to have so many cool weekend adventures. Your girlfriend must love that." She's not actually assuming you have a girlfriend, she's tossing out a line to see if you'll correct her. Your answer gives her everything she needs to know. Another common tactic is to bring up other women to see how you react. She might casually say, "Oh, Sarah from accounting was saying how funny you are. You two seem to get along." She's not trying to play matchmaker. She's watching you. Do you light up at the mention of Sarah's name? Or do you brush it off and bring the focus back to her? Your reaction tells her if she has competition. She might also probe your preferences with questions like, "So, what's your type, anyway?" She's trying to see if she fits the description of the woman you're looking for. It's her way of assessing her chances without ever admitting she's interested. By the way, if any of this is starting to sound familiar and you're having a few aha moments, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel and lets me know you want more content like this to help you navigate the confusing world of dating. Sign number 4, the push-pull. Temporary distancing. One of the most frustrating yet revealing signs is the push-pull dynamic. This isn't ghosting. Ghosting is a full-on disappearance. This is a temporary, strategic retreat. She'll be warm, engaged, and fully present, and then, just as you feel things are getting closer, she'll suddenly pull away. Her texts get shorter, she's suddenly too busy for a casual hangout, and it feels like you've hit a wall. What's happening here is that the emotional intimacy has crossed a threshold, and her internal alarm bells are blaring. The feelings are getting too strong, too fast, and she feels like she's losing control. To get her footing back, she creates distance. It's her way of taking a breath and managing her own vulnerability. For example, you have an incredible week of texting back and forth and share a deep conversation that feels like a real turning point. The connection is electric. Then, Friday comes. You send a text, and instead of the usual quick reply, you get a one-word answer hours later. Or maybe nothing at all. You're left wondering what you did wrong. The answer is likely nothing. In fact, you probably did everything right. The connection just got so real that it spooked her. The key to this sign is that she always comes back. After a day or two of distance, once she feels like she has her emotions in check, she'll pop back up. She might send a funny meme or reply to your last text as if no time has passed. This return is the confirmation you need. She pulled away to fight the feeling, but the feeling won and pulled her right back to you. Sign number 5, hyper-focused attention and memory. The fifth sign is more subtle but speaks volumes. She remembers the smallest details about you. In a world where everyone is half distracted by their phones, a woman who is fighting her feelings will often give you her completely undivided attention when you speak. When you're telling a story in a group, is she the one who seems to be hanging on your every word? That's not just her being polite. Our brains are hardwired to pay close attention to the people and things we deem important. She might be trying to play it cool, but her intense focus gives her away. Even more telling is her memory. She'll bring up something you mentioned in passing weeks ago. For example, you once mentioned a random coffee shop you liked, and a month later she says, "I was near that place you told me about, the Daily Grind, and I thought of you." Or maybe you tell her you have a big presentation on a certain day, and that morning, you get a simple good luck text. These aren't just friendly gestures, they are signs of deep listening and sustained thought. She's not just hearing your words, she's archiving them because you mattered to her. Remembering these details is her subconscious mind's way of strengthening the connection that her conscious mind is so busy trying to fight. A great example is when she acts as your personal fact-checker. If someone in a group misremembers where you're from, she'll be the one to gently correct them. "Actually, I think he said he was from Austin, not Dallas." This shows a subtle protectiveness over your story. It's not something a casual friend typically does, it's a sign of a much deeper level of investment. Sign number 6, subtle jealousy and possessiveness for our final sign, the one that often leaks out completely by accident, subtle jealousy. A woman fighting her feelings won't ever admit she's jealous, but you'll see it in small, fleeting moments. Her mood might suddenly dip when you mention another woman, or she'll make a playful comment that has a slightly possessive sting to it. Psychologically, jealousy is an emotion that pops up when we feel a threat to something or someone we value. Even if she hasn't admitted to herself that she values your attention, her subconscious will react when it feels like that attention is going somewhere else. This isn't about dramatic, obvious jealousy. It's far more nuanced. For instance, you might be telling a story about a night out and mention a girl named Emily was there. Watch for a tiny shift in her demeanor. Her smile might tighten, or she might stop asking questions and reply with a flat, "Oh, sounds fun." The mention of another woman's name just triggered a flicker of insecurity. Another way this shows up is through pointed teasing. Let's say you post a picture online and a girl leaves a flirty comment. The next time you see her, she might say with a sarcastic little smile, "Looks like you have some new fans," or "So, who's your new best friend?" She's dressing it up as a joke, but she's really asking, who is she, and should I be worried? It's a defense mechanism that lets her voice her insecurity without having to be vulnerable. These are not the actions of someone who sees you as just a buddy. They are the involuntary reactions of a person fighting feelings of attachment, who is scared of losing a connection she isn't even sure she's ready for. What to do next? So you see the signs, the inconsistent body language, the nervous energy, the probing questions, the push-pull cycle, the laser focus, and the subtle jealousy. You're no longer confused, you have clarity. The big question is, what now? The answer is simple, but it's not always easy. Lead with quiet confidence. Your goal isn't to corner her or force a confession. That will just send her running for the hills. Your job is to make her feel safe enough to stop fighting her feelings. First, mirror her investment, but lead by just a little bit. When she pulls away, give her space without panicking. When she returns, greet her warmly, not with accusations like, "Where'd you go?" This shows you're stable and unfazed by her internal conflict. Second, create fun, low-pressure opportunities for the connection to grow. Instead of grand romantic gestures, think coffee, a walk, or a group event. This lets her get comfortable with her feelings in a low-risk environment. Third, offer gentle, direct reassurance. You don't need a dramatic speech. A simple, "I really enjoy spending time with you," can be incredibly powerful. It's a clear signal of your interest that gives her the green light she may have been looking for, without putting her on the spot to define anything. You have to be the calm center in her emotional storm. Her mixed signals are a reflection of her inner battle, not a reflection of you. By being consistent, confident, and understanding, you create a safe harbor for her to finally stop fighting and embrace the feelings that have been there all along. So there you have it, the 6 hidden signs she's fighting her feelings for you. We've covered conflicted body language, uncharacteristic shyness, subtle probing, the push-pull dynamic, hyper-focused memory, and hints of jealousy. Understanding these signs moves you from a place of confusion to a position of clarity. You now know that her mixed signals aren't necessarily a sign of disinterest, but more likely a sign of a deep internal struggle. She's not playing games with you, she's playing a tug-of-war with her own heart. Your path forward isn't to force her hand, but to lead with patient strength. Create a safe space, show consistent interest, and give her the room to win her own internal battle. The fact that she's fighting this hard is often the biggest compliment of all. It means the feelings she has for you are real, powerful, and worth the fight. If this video helped bring you some clarity, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. My goal here is to help you navigate dating with real confidence. And leave a comment below which sign have you seen the most. Trust me, you're not alone in this.